Afternoon, everybody, and happy 2026, everybody. It's the first show of 2026. It's Monday, January 5th. It's nice to be back. I want to know if you missed me, guy. Missed me yet? Oh, I missed you, wonderful people, and I do appreciate you guys watching the show again, going on our 6th year. So we're going to have a big celebration coming up in March for 6 years with Ocean's Pit. But right now we're at 5. Like I said, it'll be mid-March before that happens. But it's nice to see you, wonderful people. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, the men and women in the military. And let's not forget our veterans who fought for our country, but most is dedicated to people like you for watching this show. I just want to say happy 2026 to all these wonderful people. God bless you all. It's showtime. Let's go to work. Hey, everybody. How you guys doing? Happy New Year. Did you miss me? God, I missed every single one of you. Almost every single one of you. Yes, we're having a good time today, and thank you guys for joining us. Boy, there's so much to talk about with everything going on, everything even going on with the Tony Ocean group and family and all that good stuff. And, of course, our friends here from Ocean's Pit, we do appreciate it. I just want to say thank you to our good buddies from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place, buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. All right, so what are we talking about? What can we talk about? Let's say hello to some people first. God, I missed you guys. Look at Kathy, Felice. Oh, how you doing, brother? You and Rose, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, okay. Kim Peterson LeFew. Oh, look at all you happy people tuning in. So where do we, what's shaking, Ronnie B? What's up, everybody? Hanging and banging. All right, so where do we start? New Year's Eve. I want to thank, I want to really tell you a couple things. If you guys have been following us, I lost my voice. 4 years ago it happened on the exact same time during my birthday week. So after I did my gig on the 27th at Taverna, the voice was a little rough. And then going into that morning, and that show at JMOS in Mokina, no voice, but I still got up there and did it. I didn't want to cancel. I should have, but I didn't. And because of the band and because of the other great singers that helped me out, Louis Pipes, Felix, and Dante, and Daryl, and Toto, and Danny, and, of course, Jerry Jams, and the people that were there, it was just well worth it. It took 2 days off, and then going into New Year's. Holy roly, Joey's in the house. Jeanette, how are you doing? Sandra, buddy. So New Year's Eve, I didn't know what was going to happen. Kathy, California, in the house. I didn't know what was going to happen New Year's Eve. I know I took 2 days off, and the difference was last time when I lost the voice, I waited too long to get help. So I got a great doctor. Great doctor. Smokes cigars. He drinks alcohol. He's a great doctor. Anyway, we called him up and I said, I need a Z-Pack. And he gave me a Z-Pack because I wasn't sick. I just lost the voice, And They gave me some steroid pills, where you take like 4 the first day and 5 the second day, whatever the hell it was. And it got better and better. And then, New Year's Eve was fantastic. I want to thank George and AJ, Andy John, of course, from Chicago Prime Steakhouse and Chicago Prime Italian. They own Avanti Banquets, and it was a good success, the people that were there. And the voice came back a little bit. It was made it through the night perfectly. And of course, again, the band, Professor Daryl Armenstad, Tony Toto, Jerry Jams, Daniel Raimondi. But then we had 2 great singers, female singers, that joined us too. The great Sonia Hicks, of course, which is the wife of Daryl Armenstad, incredible voice, the diva herself. And then helping us out, Kathy Fern from Secondhand Soul Band. So it was a lot of fun. And with the 2 girls, it really enhanced the show and it really helped out big. So thank you to everybody for that. And so it was nice. And New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, just relaxed. It was very cool. And then we didn't get, it's funny because when you have your birthday around the holidays, it's hard because there's so much stuff going on. So I really didn't get to celebrate with my family. My wife came and my sister and my mom came for my Taverna show. And then my wife, Laura, came at JMOS, but I didn't get the whole family and the kids. So the 29th, the day after New Year's Day, I think it was. Yes, we all went to Pops, which is a little place here in Oak Grove. And we all got together with the family. We had pizza and we had some hors d'oeuvres and we had some cocktails. So it was great being with the family on a day off. So that was really, really cool. So Marion, I hope you're doing well. Cookie, welcome. I miss you guys at JC too. Love to get back there. Emo, how are you doing, buddy? Predozone, yeah, thank you, Felix. Felice, I still, right? You think I'm crazy. We're going to get to some more great stuff too. So thank you for all of that. Busy week. Thursday, we'll be at Returning to Zaza's in Lake Barrington. First show there. We'll be there with Daryl Armenstad. Will be the first show there. And then Friday, I will be at the Bocce International Bocce Club in beautiful Highwood, Illinois, with Tony Toto and Jerry Jams. And, of course, Saturday and Sunday, returning to Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Theater. That's January 10th and January 11th, oshows.com. Saturday, the show starts at 8:30, retro show. Sunday will be Sinatra Rat Pack. Ryan, voice is doing much better. A little raspy still, but I don't work again until Thursday, so I'm just relaxing here, trying to get the voice a little better. I haven't smoked cigars in the last, 5 I haven't smoked cigars since the 27th of December. And that's a first in a long time. So thank you, we will tell you about that. And I'll get to that in 1 second about the cruise. And then what happens is everybody parties, 2025, everybody out, Christmas, holidays over, everything's over. And then you get to the first week of January. The breaks. Everybody's like, oh, then you got to start getting ready for taxes and 2026. And usually when you do the first weekend in January for entertainers, most entertainers, I can't say for everybody, it's either going to be before that, thank you for all you wonderful people that actually bought stuff for my birthday, cigars and booze and everything. And Jeanette, thank you for this wonderful trophy. Thank you very much, my dear. Tony, world's best entertainer. Oh, God bless you. You and Gary, thank you so much for that. But thank you guys. Very humbling for that. I really do appreciate you guys. Are so nice. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right. So let's get to the first weekend in the new year of 2026. When it comes to restaurants, bars, entertainment, blah, blah, blah. Everybody puts the brakes on. They're still a little rough. They're still a little, trying to not go out as much. Yes, my voice is still a little rough, Jeanette. Yes. So anyway, So the first night we had at Chicago Prime Steakhouse, which I'm going to have to say to you, I'm proud to announce, folks, that this past Friday, which would have been January 2nd, was my 8th year, 8 consecutive years at Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg every Friday. You don't see that with a lot of musicians. A lot of restaurants, a lot of clubs will not give you a steady Friday night. 8 years. And they're kind enough, Chicago Prime, George is kind enough to give me I get like 9 to 10, 11 days off a year, which I can do festivals and corporate stuff and stuff that's out of town. So thank you to Chicago Prime and everybody. 8 years. So the first year, the first Friday we were there, voice still a little rough, so I bought in some reinforcements. And of course, I had Tony Toto with me. No, Jerry Jams was with me. I'm sorry. And of course, we brought in Kim Peterson LeFew, which was nice enough to come in on a Friday and do a couple songs with me. And she came in and rocked the house, as she always does. Make sure you go check her out with the bands that she does and in session and all the other solo stuff she does. But thank you, Kim. And she's a sweetheart. Not only a great talent, but just a sweetheart. And then at the end, I was going to pay her. I wanted to give her something for her time, and she refused to take the envelope. Anyway, Kim, you're watching. God bless you, and thank you for your friendship and everything you do. Jerry Lynn, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Ryan, Jill, Indiana. Tony, what's up, buddy? My voice is getting better. Thank you, buddy. So that was Friday night. It was kind of slow, but it was nice. You had your group of people, Dick Sayed, Buddy, and everybody. Thank you, Ross, and everybody that came out. It was nice. Now, like I said, it could be a hit or a miss. Now, it was a night. The real big hit was Saturday night, January 3rd, at Johnny's Kitchen and Tap. I'm talking about jammed. We had a ball, and it was like, wow. And it was nice. My buddy Tommy Q used to be in Mojo's Jukebox. He's with Focus. He's also with Stevie McVie, the tribute to Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks. He came out and sang a couple songs. My good pal, Mr. Bill Saratella from Ocean's Rat Pack came by. We had a jammed house, and I want to thank all of you. Jerry Jam, I want to thank Mary, the staff, the owner, and the staff. They do an incredible job, and great seeing all the regulars there. Jeff, my buddy Jeff Hunt. Thank you, Jeff. Miles and David. And the list goes on and on. Carlo, Debbie, thank you, Lance, and just wonderful, you wonderful people that did show up to the gig. And Mary, if you're listening, thank you for your family, Mary Canella Bosco, that came out with all her friends, her Italian family from Pompeii, Sicily, were there. And Gina, and thank you with her daughter and everybody. It was just wonderful seeing Donnie Morrison, and the list goes on and on of people that were there, and it made the night a big success. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And it just goes to show you, and I feel bad for my buddy Rick Lindy. Rick Lindy posted. Rick's going to be on the show, let me tell you, this week, actually. Rick's going to be on the show this Wednesday. He's got a 40-year anniversary party for his 40 years in the business, I think, coming up this weekend at the Moonlight Theater, if I got the date right. But Rick Lindy is going to be with me on Wednesday. He was supposed to be at some place called Pub 72. If I do remember this place, I didn't do well there myself. This was years ago. If it's the same place. But Rick Lindy and his band's supposed to play there. They have it scheduled there. It's up on their website. They do what they're supposed to do. And then the place canceled them for no reason. It wasn't like it was a snowstorm. It wasn't like their power went out. They canceled them because they thought it was going to be a slow night. So the owner freaked out and canceled them. Now, I know Rick Lindy. I don't know Rick Lindy that well, but I know Ricky's a worker, works his ass off. And there's no way he's canceling a gig. If you took his arm off, he would still show up at that gig if he can sing. So the club canceled him, did a wrong thing, and that's it. So it had nothing to do with Rick Lindy. The club just felt like, and then people showed up there. So he would have had a good night there. So that's horrible when that happens. Patrice, I thank you for that honey too, because it made the voice feel much better, especially when you mix it with a little Jack. Anyway, yes, the toy exploded in Florida Outback. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too, Tony. There's so much. I'm just trying to backtrack here. But anyway, thank you so much for that. Regarding the cruise, it's happening in 11 days. We've been talking about it so much. 11 days, the Chicago Music Cruise. My third one, our third one, with Seventh Heaven and NTD Vacations. We're leaving January 17th to January 24th on the MSC World America. It's 7 nights, Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, Ocean Cay. Most of you people already booked it, but if you're waiting last minute, hey, I still might want to go on this thing. You still can. Pick up the phone. NTD Vacations. Mary Grievous is there waiting for you. 630-688-1725. And you can join Tony Ocean in the main event band and Seventh Heaven, all wrapped up in one ship. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com. Put in Tony Ocean, or better yet, give Mary a call. 630-688-1725. Jump on it. Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. All right, so I'm just trying to get through some stuff before we get back into the flow of things. All right. Let's start off with some small stories here first. Big stories first. Our very good friend in the Chicago area, Cheryl and Tony Riccio, of course, they lost their son, Ryan Anthony Riccio. I don't know if I mentioned it on the show prior to New Year's, but our prayers go out to the Riccio family, and Tony and Riccio, Cheryl and Amara, great people. And again, we're sorry for your loss. Again, another shocker. We lost an incredible Chicago jazz legend singer, the great Josie Felbo. Died over the weekend, over the holiday weekend. She was sick for a while. Put her new CD out. She was going to be on the show actually at the end of the month of January, and of course hospice, and she went away. So our prayers go out to the Felbo family. Josie, an incredible lady. Download her music. It's great voice, great lady, great whippersnapper, and our prayers to the Josie Felbo family. Let's get some other stories. Kevin Burke, my buddy Kevin in California, buddy. Congratulations to your daughter, Natalie. Got engaged. Congratulations. And the big wedding coming up in June 2027. They got engaged. Congratulations. What do you think of the Flying Witch? Northern Italians celebrate New Year. Never celebrated a witch who gives big kids candy. Anybody that gives kids candy, which is good, as long as you're not giving kids anything else, like the certain party that we're talking about. But besides that, folks, yes, so to answer your question there it is. There's Mary at ntdvacations.com. It's only 11 days, folks. 11 days since we love boat, exciting and new, climb aboard. Emo Josie was a sweetheart. Emo, well, how you doing, my friend? And she made a lot of good joy to the people every time she opened her mouth, and you got to hear her sing. Definitely a talent that is definitely lost. Mel Lennon Reed, Happy New Year to you and your family. All right, O'Hare Airport. According to WGN, O'Hare Airport is reclassified now as the world's busiest airport. It used to be that, and of course, then go LaGuardia with New York, but now O'Hare is the busiest airport. Also, another good friend of ours with the Main Event Band, and a very good friend of mine, Daryl Armenstad. A trooper this guy is. My whole band is over the top with these guys. You can't find a better bunch of guys and gals ever. And Daryl finds out New Year's Eve day, that morning, he's working with me that night, that his brother-in-law passed away. So our prayers go out to Daryl Armstrong and Sonia and the family, to your brother-in-law. Daryl, I'm so sorry, brother. Our prayers go out to you. Horrible. It's bad when things happen in general, but then when they happen during the holiday, that's something you're always going to remember, and it's so sad. Keith, Happy New Year, buddy. I hope you're doing well. All right, so I'm going to throw some stuff off here. We got so much to talk about here, so let's just get to it. Zoomies. What's a Zoomie? It sounds like a candy or a fruit drink or something you got in high school. Zoomies, ladies and gentlemen, is the first Chicago indoor doggy park and bar. Doggy park and alcohol. You can't make this shit up, folks. It's called Zoomies, Zoomies. It's 3455 North Elston Avenue in Avondale, Chicago. So the first dog indoor doggy park where they have alcohol. Plus they have food for the dog, but they also have alcohol for the adults. So Rose, what's up, my dear friend? Happy New Year. Hope you and Sal are well. All right. So think about that. Very cool. Democratic Party has reached its lowest low, 18%. Whew. According to Newsmax. Well, it also depends, like we talked about this before, it also depends on what news channel you listen to or you follow or your party follows or your friends or family follows. President Donald Trump renames the Trump Kennedy Center. Horrible ratings, I guess, was the lowest viewed, and then all these entertainers refusing to play there. Oh my God, when is this going to end? I think the two guys, I forgot the name of the artist or the couple artists that refused to play there. They were supposed to play there, I guess, during the ceremony, and they didn't show up or refused to. They got a lawsuit going, number one. So they're going to get sued. In this business, your word in a contract, you have to, whatever the fuck happens, whatever happens, unless you're, you can't make whatever it is. But I'm saying is, it's crazy. It's just nuts how people, We'll get another topic on that. Tomorrow is Two for Tuesday. A Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino on Tuesday. The dogs can walk and drink. There you go. Now, here's something that gets me. Late night television. Jimmy Kimmel, Colbert, Fallon, Seth Meyers. They're guests. It's a talk show, so they have guests on. They had 197 guests on their show. All of them were liberals. 197 guests. 2 conservatives were on that show as guests. Wow. I mean, they're targeting the conservatives of 92%. It's like, what the hell? Hopefully the dogs eat and the people drink the alcohol. Sherry, I hope they do too. I hope it's not a switch there. They should have. Boyd, I needed a laugh, Belly. Oh, I love you, man. They should have called me. Oh, my God. Hold it. That's good. Thank God for this. Beekeepers, immune support. And guys, I keep one of these on me all the time, even at my gigs. Like before I start, I'll spray a couple in, and then maybe after 3 or 4 songs, I spray it in. Very good. It's an immune support system. It really does help. They got different flavors. This one is lemon. So anyway, Boyd, I miss you, my brother. 2 conservatives. I think one of them was Guthrill, and I don't know who the other conservative guest was. I just think that's kind of odd. Kind of weird, isn't it, folks? What do I know? All right. We got some other stuff coming up as well. We got God, there's so much to talk about. I'm just trying to get, so yeah, let's get right to page 2 here. Page 2. Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. They want to fight in March of 2026. Supposedly Floyd Mayweather just filed for like bankruptcy or something. I thought this guy's loaded. It's amazing to see these two guys fight. And I love Tyson. I don't care if Tyson's 100 years old. He can still kick people's ass. It's Iron Mike, man. He's the coolest. So that should be interesting to see what happens with that. Interesting. Talking about the dog world, we were just talking about the indoor dog park. What about this? According to Fox 32 News, Chicago got rabies. Confirms rabies. 13 people were exposed to rabies, according to Fox. Got to be careful out there. Michael, hardcore Italian in the house, brother. Thank you so much, my brother. What's the name of that spray? Guys, singers out there, it's called Beekeepers. They come in lodges, but the spray works. Immune support. Get it at Walgreens. I buy them by the dozen, and I keep them all over the house. So it's pretty good. Keep them right next to the jack, too. All right. You know, it's funny because when I lost my voice, the first time, like 4 years ago when I lost the voice and I went to go see a throat doctor, Bass throat doctor. And he goes, you got to lay off the spicy food and the brown liquor. I said, doctor, really? I didn't know that. So I guess I got to stop eating spicy food and stop drinking hard liquor. Brown liquor. So I might have to move to vodka. Anyway, step up. Captain, what's up, buddy? Happy belated birthday to Chrissy, your lovely wife, pal. Ellie Weinhardt. My friend Ellie even was there on Saturday night making an appearance. What a sweetheart she is. The #1 Joan Rivers impersonator. She does Lucille Ball, comic actress. And, of course, she was in the movie The League of Her Own, man. You got to love that. With Madonna and Tom Hanks before we found out, he's moving to Greece for different reasons. But anyway, it was great seeing my good friend, Ellie Weinhardt. Thank you so much, too. My friend Paulina was there. I mean, it was a good time Saturday. All right. What else we got here? Also, Chicago comedian Pat Finn passed away, according to Fox News, dies at the age of 60 years old. A new study, folks, MRI scans. They're saying every time you go through the box to get an MRI, I guess these particles and stuff, they say it's not good for you. I don't know. Some particles or stuff forms inside your body every time you go through this machine when you get an MRI. I mean, there could be some sense to this. I'm not a doctor. Good news for Dallas. Good news for cheerleaders. Cheerleaders in the NFL. And we have Patrice, former Chicago Honey Bear. Netflix, after the big Netflix Dallas Cowboy documentary, if you've seen it or not, they were making only $15 per hour, the cheerleaders in football. I don't know if they are the other sports, but they're only making $15 an hour. After the backlash and everything, after seeing the documentary, they got a 400% raise. They're now making $75 per hour to be an NFL cheerleader for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I don't know how it is for the other teams. Pretty big pay raise. Pretty big pay raise. They were making $15 an hour to $75. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys football team is $11.1 billion franchise, and they can't even pay their cheerleaders after the documentary came out and showed how popular they were. Then they give them $75 an hour. It's how many games is it? It's 15 games, right? 16 games. And then the Super Bowl, the playoffs. So let's say it's 30, 25. All the money you got, pay them. Jesus Christ. Nuts. Going to Italy. Anyone intentionally cruelty to any animals in Italy, it's a 4-year prison and a $60,000 fine. Forget the prison. Forget the fine. You cruelty to animals, boom, done. Here's a shot. Put it in your body. You're gone. You don't screw with animals and you don't screw with kids. Case closed. No discussion. No trial. No documentary. No, miss, oh, I'm sorry. Bye-bye. No, done. Finito, as they say. Chirion. Am I pronouncing that right? Chirion Gas is pulling out of California. I don't know. Santa Barbara's in the house. Kevin's in the house. Chris Baccaro. Happy anniversary to your lovely wife, you guys. Happy anniversary. You were on my list here for your anniversary. Congratulations. We'll also be at Rosario's at the end of the month. So go check out my good pal, Chris at Rosario's restaurant in Roselle. Buddy. All right. So Chirion Gas is pulling out of California after 146 years business in California, folks, since 1879. They're pulling out because of Newsom's leadership. Good for them. Good for them. Maybe New York people, the gas station will be pulling out of New York soon, too. Mary Bosco Canella, hi again. Thank you for bringing your family from Pompeii, Italy, in the house. My birthday, 63. Thank you, Ryan. It was very good. The party was fun that I can remember. I heard it was fun. So, they had some major floods in San Bernardino County. I just seen this. Homes flooded. Our prayers go out to anybody who had to go through all that. My God, horrible. Homes wrecked. It's just, and you remember for years, I remember as growing up as a kid, I always remember that the fault or whatever in California was going to break off eventually because of the earthquake or hurricane, whatever it is. Eventually, that seems like that's getting hit more and more. California, Florida with these hurricanes and stuff like that. It's like, wow. Well, when you have to say something on the air and you say it without checking the facts, I do have a reputation sometimes of that, but this is not a news show. This is just my opinion show. So sometimes people will point that out to me, and I do appreciate that. But CNN had to do the exact same thing. CNN, they finally retract and admitted that Donald Trump had no Epstein connections, according to CNN. Had to back that up. It's tough these days, right? There you go. Thank you, Ellie. The St. Andrews Fault. Remember, it's supposed to break years ago. I remember growing up as a kid, they would say that. Kathy, the rains were crazy up there. I'm sure. Had to be brutal up there. Brutal. Okay, so Florida man. DUIs. I don't know if you've ever had one. But if you have, according to this gentleman here, Ray LaFleur, Leflevr, LaVer, Florida man, cop pulls him over, claims he only drank at the stop signs, at the stop lights, did not drink while he was driving. Officer, I promise you I was only drinking when I was at a stoplight and a stop sign. I was not moving. The only time I drank was when the light came green and I took off. Then I didn't drink. You see, you can't make this stuff up, folks. These are people in this crazy world that we live in. Is this nuts? Another actor, Russell Brands, the British actor. Then he played in like the remake of Arthur or something. People magazine, another sexual assault from 6 different women. 6 different women. Listen. That is funny, right, Violet? Oh, Happy New Year to you. Here's a funny thing, which I don't get. When you when all these people, you ever notice people that are getting in all this trouble, whether it's this sexual shit with what's his name, Weinstein and Cosby and all that, they make all this money. They think they're like untouchable. They think they can do whatever they want. And then at the time, nobody says shit. And then years later, they come out and say, now this is the six sexual harassment charges from this guy, Russell Brand, the actor, the British actor. I think he was married to Katy Perry. Oh, there you go. See, I don't know any of that stuff, Kathy, but there you go. You got all the money in the world. Here's what I don't understand. You're rich. You're famous. Why don't you just get yourself a call girl? Right? Like, when you got all that money and you don't want to get in any trouble, get a driver so you don't have to worry about DUI. And every town that you're in, get a professional call girl. You never have to worry about sexual assault. You don't have to worry about anything. Nobody finding out, blah, blah, blah. You keep everything thing. Why do these people think they always get themselves in trouble? No emotion, no nothing. All right. All right, what else we got? Armando's Supermarkets, that's what we got. Our good friends from Armando's, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Get the best produce you can. And don't forget my good buddy from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. Absolutely. All right. So I'm getting down to the final page now because I went to 3 pages before, and now we're going to get some other stuff coming up. January 15th, we'll be back at Positano's in Wheaton this time, and that town is not dry. I was supposed to be with Daryl Armstrong, the professor, but of course, because his brother-in-law died, so he will be going to the wake, and he won't be able to do that show. So Thursday, January 15th, will be a special show, me and my good buddy Louis Pipes. Check it out, Positano's in Wheaton on the 15th. Excited about that. January 31st, returning to Plainfield, Illinois, Big Sammy's. Going back there, I'm excited about that as well. Big Sammy's. Good people out there. And then to 29th of January, we'll be at Positano's back in Oak Brook with the return of Jerry Jams. I'm sorry, not Jerry. Lisa P. and Double T, Tony Toto, because Jerry Jams will be gone. He's leaving for 3 weeks. He's doing the cruise with us, and then he's taking off for 2 weeks to be with his mom and have a little adventure. Just don't write a check like Jerry Springer did. Good one, Boyd. Good. Yeah. Pay cash. Cash. No checks. Traveler's checks. No cash like Jerry Springer. Good point. We got a couple new places we'll be performing at we're excited about. On the 7th of February, we're making our debut at Gusto's Italian restaurant. My good buddy Jimmy Place in Glenview. We'll be there. I'm excited about that. It's a new spot. I love playing new spots. Then we're going to be on March 7th. We'll be at Johnny Cabs in Burr Ridge with the Main Event Band. And then 218 Stillery making their own whiskey in Highwood, Illinois on March 21st. So some good dates, new clubs coming up. All right, let's get to some other stories here. Let's see here. Carl I have a problem pronouncing his name. Carl Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski, the great ball player, used to be with the Boston Red Sox. For all you baseball fans, dies at the age of 86 years old. Very sad. Very sad. Also, the very first female jockey, for you people that love racetracks, of course, betting on the horses, the first female jockey, Caitlin Jenner, dies at the age of 77 years old. Also, Chicago Police Department Chief William Betancourt also passed away. Thank you for our first responders. a medical emergency. He passed away. Our prayers go out to Menacourt family and, of course, the Chicago Police Department. Horrible when that stuff like this all happens. Very, very sad. Okay. Sonny Curtis has passed away too. Sonny Curtis. You might not remember the name, but he wrote one of the great songs. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won. Sonny Curtis dies at the age of 89, but he also wrote the theme for the Mary Tyler Moore Show. We're gonna make it after all. Sonny Curtis. Rest in peace at the age of 88 years old. Friends don't tell friends that 1980 was 40 years ago. Wow. I graduated in 81. It doesn't even seem like it's that long. 40. I graduated in 81. So friends don't yet. 1980 was 40 years ago. Where did time go? Where did time go? All right, what else we got here? National Popcorn Day. Bozo died at 71. Dennis, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Campbell's Chicken Soup. Oh, yeah, that's good. A lot of salt, but I do love it. Wow. Nuts. All right, now let me say something also. National Popcorn Day. So, you know me, I mentioned days. So, you know, all these crazy days that I don't know who comes up with these days, but I didn't realize this. Ryan, you have a brand new girlfriend. Her name is Allie. Well, congratulations to you, Ryan, and you and Allie. God bless you guys. All right, National Popcorn Day. Did you know this? If you're going to a movie theater, now you have to check with your movie theater first. If you bring in your own bucket, it's got to be clean. It could be like a wash bucket. I mean, like a tub that you wash the floor. It could be a bucket, a giant. You can bring your own bucket in. And for a $5 flat fee, you get all the popcorn you want today on National Popcorn Day. So if you're going to the movie theaters today, bring in any bucket. It could be a big trophy. This wouldn't be a lot of popcorn, but it could be like a big bucket. And all the popcorn, $5 flat, and you can have all the popcorn you want for National Popcorn Day. Now, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. And you know what? It's so cheap. They should do it for the whole weekend. You know, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they should do it. Popcorn Day. That's pretty cool. Congratulations to Ella. Indy, how about this? I'm not into college sports, but I know you guys watched Alabama and Indiana. Indiana destroying Alabama 38-3. I don't know. I don't follow college sports, but I always remember Alabama's the big team. You don't always want to win. Alabama's the team. But man, they got slacked by Indiana 38-3. 16% of people who attempt to stay dry in January. Come on, that New Year's resolution. I'm not going to drink in January. I'm not going to do this. I promise I won't swear anymore. Promise I'll go to the gym. Promise I'll stop eating candy. Stop eating pizza. I won't swear as much. You know, the New Year's resolution. But one of them that a lot of people say is, I'm not going to drink in the month of January. Oh, see this cup, by the way, this glass, Chili's. Thank you, Louis Pipes, for that. It was a birthday gift a couple years ago. You're the best, Pipes. Anyway, 16% of people who attempt to go dry in January fail by the third day. Of a poll of 29% people who answered this poll, they failed by the third day. That means that December 31st, celebrate. Now we're going to stay dry and we're going to stay clean. And so 3 days later, they're going to still drink. That's very hard. That's very hard for people to say they're going to stop drinking or going to slow down their drinking. I don't know. I know I know a few people that don't drink at all. And I know like two that had really nothing to do with health. It does do to health, but they were healthy and they just decided to stop drinking. Daryl, my good friend Daryl, the great keyboard player in the Main Event Band, of course, great entertainer. He's a vegan, so he doesn't drink at all. He hasn't drank in a long time. But then some people get sick and they have to stop drinking. They're forced to stop drinking. And there's people that just don't do it. No, like my daughter just decided, well, it's been 4 or 5 years. She just said, Gianna hasn't touched any booze. That's fantastic for you to do that. Hanging and Banging says, your resolution was stop making fun of, I won't make fun of Democrats. Okay. Now, look, I'm not saying all of them because I got some friends who are Democrats and we can actually talk and have a conversation and laugh and drink and we have a good time. So there's that little small group of whack jobs that we talk about. We'll get to them in a minute. But anyway, yeah. So 29% of people that they ask, which is not a lot. I can see if they ask like 50% of people. They only ask 29% of people. So they fail by day 3 when it comes to stay dry, alcohol-wise. Interesting. It is time, folks. We got a couple other big stories coming up. We're going to get to that. But first, let's get to the weather, folks. Believe it or not, for January, it's pretty good weather. I mean, I'm surprised. Weather's looking pretty good for this week. But let's talk about today. Our weather brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Minute. Is the weather for Monday, January 5th. It's 40 degrees out there. It's kind of sunny, 67% humidity with 6-mile-an-hour winds. It's a nice sunny day today, and not too bad for January. It's not that cold. It's supposed to be like maybe 51, they say, by Thursday. So thank you, our friends from JRC Ace Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. This is the first show of the year of 2026. And really miss you guys. And I really thank you all for watching another year so far. All right, what else we got? I got a big story, but hold on first. You know, people have told me that, oh, Tony's he's a Trumper, Trump train. If you're a MAGA guy, if you're a Trump guy, to a lot of people, we are in a cult. I've been called, not me personally, but people that support President Donald Trump and MAGA, they're in a cult. But it's amazing how many people that know that I'm a Trumper actually wish me a happy birthday. I was very shocked. I was very shocked that these people actually wish me a happy birthday. Well, thank you. I'm not going to name names, but 90% of them actually wish me a happy birthday, which if you're a cult, you figure you want nothing to do with that. So thank you for the people who wish me happy, who think we're in that cult. Just thought I'd throw that out there, folks. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Let's get to 2 other things here, folks. And just like that, all the No King protesters rallied to support of the Venezuelan dictator. Just like that. Socialist dictator Nicolas Maduro captured in Venezuela. Now, we know this whole story. I read some of it. I didn't get too much into it. I've got some friends who are Venezuelan. Some friends that I know and their families that are still out there, were very happy celebrating a big event out there. It was big for them out there. Some people said it was done to hide. There's some people that say that this was done to shadow the whole Epstein thing. That's why they did it. Did he do it for oil? Whatever. I have to admit, though, he's got balls, and that's probably why the people who did vote for him like him for what he did. Maduro said, come and get me. Telling, like, hey, come on, baby, come and get me. It took 11 hours. President Donald Trump took care of him and his wife and got rid of him. Took him in. That's right. Thank you, Boyd. It does. And we'll get back to that. You know what? Like here, I agree with you. When someone actually, if you might not get along with the person, you still wish them a happy birthday, or if something happens in the family, sorry about your loss, or, yeah, it tells a lot about a person. It really does. And that's good point there, Boyd. Thank you. Anyway, so I don't know what your guys' thoughts are about it. We'll talk a little bit more tomorrow on Twisted Tuesday with Carol Bandolino, but I think it was a good thing. I think it was a good thing. It needed to be done. And we're going to get more into it into the week. I just wanted to throw that out there. Wow. And only certain groups were not happy with this. Only certain groups of people were not happy with President Donald Trump doing this. Criminals were not happy. Communists were not happy. And some Democrats on that side. So I think he did a good job. My opinion. Like I said, my opinion don't mean much, but my opinion. All right. Who's next, Ellie? Good point. There should be a lot of people, and we're going to talk more about the whole Minnesota thing. This Walt got to go. He's got to go to jail. Someone's got to go to jail. Okay, so we're going to see what happens now in 2026. All right, let's get to NFL football. First of all, if the Chicago Bears win the Super Bowl, first of all, if they even get the Super Bowl. So let's start to this first. The Chicago Bears go against the Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Lions beat the Chicago Bears 19-16. Okay. I was very happy. You all know I'm not a Bears fan. And some of you guys who are Bears fans are very aggressive, just like I am. And like I said, unless you guys are bookies or your son or uncle or brother plays on the team or works for the team, what's the point? They don't give a shit about you. They don't care. As you can tell, they didn't spend any money. Finally, they got a good coach. I think this coach is the right guy. I think moving forward, the Bears could be a very good team if moving forward. I think they got to bring in Bagent, better than Williams, just my opinion. But Lions win 19-16. And to have a team like that, even you guys that love the Chicago Bears, you have to admit, you have to score in the game. You can't always think you're going to win in the fourth quarter. So they have improved so much. And it's not like I hate the team. Another thing that you guys don't get, it's the ownership I don't like. It's the owners I don't like because they don't seem like they don't give a shit about you guys. The guy that buys the jersey, the guy that buys pays for the parking, the guy that goes to tailgates with his family, the guy that waits all week to watch their team, and they don't want to try to win. Now, I got it. This new coach, Johnson, I think he's great. I think he's going to be very good. I don't know if Williams is the guy. Maybe change the script. Good point, Boyd. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't care. Now, look, guys, am I always saying my Yankees when it comes to baseball? My Giants didn't make the playoffs. I knew it, but they're getting better. They're trying, right? I never said they were going to be in the playoffs, but most of Chicago people did when they won 4 games. I don't know what's going to happen, but you lost 2 now. You lost to San Francisco and you lost to the Lions. Now you're going into next Saturday, this Saturday, what am I saying? The Chicago Bears will go against the Green Bay Packers this Saturday night. NFL Saturday night game, 8 o'clock. So there goes my gig on Saturday night. It's probably going to be dead. It's going to be interesting. The question is, if they actually made the Super Bowl, or what if they won the Super Bowl? How many Chicago Bears fans out there that don't have a tattoo of the Chicago Bears would get a tattoo of the Chicago Bears if they won the Super Bowl? There's a lot of fans out there who love the Bears, Would you love them that much if they won the Super Bowl? Would you get a tattoo on your arm or your head or your ass cheek or your leg or your finger, your hand? Would you get a tattoo if they won the Super Bowl? I don't know. Would be interesting to see. You know what? I think the Packers are a favorite. I think they're a favorite coming up on Saturday. So it's going to be interesting to see Saturday night football again with a big game. And that's exactly what it is. Oh, let's see. A couple more stories before we have to go. Kathy Segal, or Sagal, no relation to Steven Seagal, I think. I don't think they're brothers and sisters. They could be. I'm not sure. The unknown singer and future popular actress Kathy Segal sang background vocals on the demo for Kiss's Calling Dr. Love. They call me Dr. Love. She sang backups. Back in the 70s, she went on to sing on Gene Simmons' 1978 self-titled solo album and also joined Bette Midler's backup group. Pretty cool. I did not know that. Interesting. Facts that nobody cares about. Man avoid jail time for animal cruelty after 24 cats found in his freezer. Ah, 2026 starting. Indian soccer fans storm and destroy the field, according to sportsnot.com. Angry soccer fans destroyed the stadium after Lionel Messi made only a brief appearance in front of fans who paid pretty penny to see the legend. Fans threw objects, ripped up seats, and broke the stage following the exit. Look, when you are promoting a main star to be at this game or this event or this dinner or this whatchamacallit, that star better be there and stay there for pictures and fans and do what he's got to do, because people will be very pissed off. This is big. This is like for the world of soccer. It's big. But it's almost like, all right, and I'm going to use this as an example. Small example, not the same leverage, but it's still an example. Years ago, the club, rock club, I'm not going to say the name of the place, but anyway, promoted Burton Cummings and the Guess Who. Better yet, it said the Guess Who with all original members. All right? If you like the Guess Who, you go in line, you pay the ticket, you're all excited. And then when the stage hits, there's no Burton Cummings, there's no Randy Bachman, and they got sued. And people went ballistic on this club. You can't do that. If a star is going to be there to sign autographs and take pictures, you better be more there than 2 minutes, 10 minutes. This is a soccer stadium. And Lionel Messi is one of the biggest soccer players ever. So, hi, Sari. Jerry Jams. I don't know if you're listening, Jerry, but he sent me this. Jerry Jams, what's the difference between Spanish olive oil and Italian olive oil? Look what happened when Sly Stone didn't show up at the Grant Park. Ah, see? History. Good memory, guys. One difference between Spanish olive oil and Italian olive oil. Spanish olive oil typically has golden yellow color, while the Italian olive oil tends to be darker green. Another difference is their flavor. Spanish olive oil has a nutty and rich fruity taste, while the Italian olive oils have a hint of herbal tang and have a grassy flavor. Pretty good. Thank you, Jerry Jams, for that one. Good stuff. Well, as we're coming to the end, this was interesting. This happened December 15th, so I'm a little behind on this story, but the FBI just disturbed a massive far-left terrorist plot that involved planning bombings across California on New Year's Eve. Authorities arrested radicals from the Turtle Island Liberation Front, a pro-Palestine, anti-government, anti-capitalism extreme group. These individuals were plotting the IED attacks on multiple locations, including ICE agents and facilities. So thank you. And right now, the world's in trouble. Whether you like our boy or not, people are just a little crazy right now. So we got to be careful out there. All right. So what do we got this week? Me and Daryl Armenstow will be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington, 7 o'clock showtime. Friday, we'll be at the Bocce Italian Club in Highwood, Illinois. Tony Toto and Jerry Jams. Saturday night, we'll be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy. That's Saturday, January 10th. It's an 8:30 show for Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band. A lot of retro dance music, a lot of Sinatra stuff. It'll be a lot of fun. And then we're back again there on Sunday, January 11th, for Sinatra Sunday again with Tony Toto. So go to oshows.com and get your tickets. 11 days till the cruise. Birthdays for January 3rd, 4th, and 5th, since I missed so many. Rod Sterling, George Michael Connors from Mannix, Barbara Mandrell, 77 years old. John Walsh, remember him? America's Most Wanted TV show, 80 years old. Tony Hicks of the Hollies. Richard Widmark, used to be a great actor. Mick Jones of Foreigner turns 81. John Amos, Good Times. Phil Spector. Bill Goldberg, 59 years old. Now, this was a couple days ago because I missed a couple. And let's get to the birthdays for January 5th. Jimmy Cagney. Yeah. Robert the General Provenzano. General, happy birthday, brother. Diane Cannon, actress. Chicago Southside drummer Mark Kapp. Say hello, Mark. Robert Duvall would be 95 years old. My good buddy Mojo's Jukebox Broken Heart. John Norman, 62 years old. Chris Bryant of the Chicago Cubs celebrating a birthday. Let's see, Victoria Principal celebrating a birthday. Vanity with Prince. Doug Sylvester, another drummer, Lulu's husband. Doug, happy birthday, brother. Michael Stipe of REM celebrating a birthday. Billy Buckner, formerly of the Chicago Cubs, my favorite Cub. Eli Manning, quarterback of the great San Francisco 49ers. John Paul Jones, bass player for Led Zeppelin. Danica McKellicker. Nick Pontarelli, another great singer in Chicago, celebrating a birthday. Roger Miller, King of the Road. 5 o'clock Steakhouse in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is owned also by Chicago Prime Steakhouse and Chicago Prime Italian, celebrating 80 years. One of the best steak joints in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 5 o'clock Steakhouse, 80 years. And President Donald Trump Jr., the son of the President of the United States, happy belated birthday. Guys, it is that time. We want to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow. We got a lot of good stuff happening in 2026. We've got some more guests. Laura Ocean will be returning on some Thursdays as well. We got a lot of good stuff happening. Tomorrow, we're going to keep the going. Our good friend Carol Brandolino coming in on Tuesday for Twisted Tuesday. Rick Lindy will be joining us on Wednesday night. We want to thank you all for watching, folks. Our good friends from Ace Hardware, buy local, shop local, supporting neighborhoods before they were neighborhoods. And be kind to one another. Be kind. Support live entertainment. It's a tough world out there. It's a little crazy, but be friendly. Try to respect everybody's feelings, even though we might not all have the same. And if you're offended with this show, doesn't mean you're right. But I do appreciate you watching. And keep sending your replies and your likes and your don't likes. And I think 2026, I'm going to start doing some stuff live on Instagram, because I don't do anything live on Instagram. We got a lot of followers on that page. And I think I'm going to start doing some live shows from there as well. Some big changes coming up for 2026. Some good ones. And I hope you guys are still with us. We do appreciate it. A big party we're going to do again in March. I'm going to rest my voice today. Anyway, thank you all. We do appreciate it very much. Again, see you tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Woo! Nature boy. And Nick, the piano man, Sahajas, will take us out. God bless you, everybody. Ringo says peace and love. Peace and love. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. Peace. Please go away.